On this channel, I have been incredibly critical of PlayStation, and honestly, in my opinion, rightfully so. I've grown up with that platform. My formative years, my teenage years, all the way up until early adulthood was done gaming on PlayStation from PS1 to PS2, and then when the PS3 hit, honestly, I couldn't afford it, and neither could you probably. And that's when I basically fell out of love with the platform. And the thing is though, ever since that era, seeing PlayStation go down this really weird rabbit hole of trying to make every game a cinematic and not really having a proper direction just turned me off of the brand in general. It's almost how I feel the exact same way about Xbox. They've lost that entire mantra of what made them so great to me in the first place. Dude, bro, action adventure games that really just stuck it to the core and did cool things all the time. And that's exactly what I was looking for with yesterday's State of Play. And what did I get? A great trailer in the beginning, a good trailer at the end, and a lot of filler in between. It really does burn me quite a bit every time these companies go around and say, oh, we've got a new direct. Oh, we got a new State of Play. Wait till you see our new showcase of games. And then they pull up and it's just empty, or it's games they've already announced that they're announcing again that's coming out next year, or it's not even an actual deep dive into the game that's coming out this year. It's a deep dive into a game coming out next year that we saw before, and it just really makes no sense. If you're announcing a game and that game has no release date, no announcement date, and no idea besides a CG trailer, don't show it. Simple as that. I only want to see content, and I only want to see games that I know I'm going to be able to look forward to within 6 months to a year, because honestly, gaming right now is incredibly stacked, and not stacked with to whip away quality bangers. It's stacked with massive indie games and live service games taking up my time. So if you're going to pull 35 to 40 minutes away from me, it better be for a damn good reason. And yesterday's State of Play was not that reason. Yeah, we got Soros in the beginning. Yes, we got Wolverine at the end. And honestly, those two games look really good. The difference is, though, everything else in between could have been an honest email. But you know what? Let's go over what actually happened and see why I feel the way I do. Hazardor Gaming on Twitter made this fantastic thread showcasing all the information that happened during that State of Play, and usually these threads are pretty much really full of great information, but when you see what happens here, you'll see why I'm basically kind of disappointed. Let's begin, shall we? The show started off with Soros coming out in March 2026, and in my opinion, Soros looks good. I never really got into Eternal, but it looks like if you were a fan of that kind of game, that's going to be right up your alley, and the upgrades look really good. The style looks great. The audio seems cool. I can't wait to play it on my PC 6 months to a year after its release. Can't wait. Zero Paradise was also shown off as well, even though we saw that last time. It's from the same studio that made Disco Elysium. However, the people that made Disco Elysium are no longer at the studio, so people were handing this game a bunch of L's. Not a good look, my boys. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. That one's coming out a year late to the console in 2025. Sure, I guess if you want to do it that way. Even though we saw so many fanboys take a crap all over Flight Sim, honestly, this game should be on every platform. And even though I'm not a Flight Sim guy myself, it is good at the fact that other people get to play it. And the crazier part is it's getting PSVR 2 support, which is pretty cool, honestly. And then we saw the Battlefield 6 campaign trailer, which honestly shouldn't be here. We got the actual beta. We got to play the actual game. People are hyped about it. It runs incredibly well. We don't need a campaign trailer for this right now. This could have been a YouTube video on their own channel. Didn't need to be here. Nice job. Deus Ex Remastered coming out on February 5th, 2026. If you have not played Deus Ex, the original from the year 2000, I highly suggest you do so. Literally everything this game talked about 25 years ago has come to fruition today. Artificial intelligence taking over? Check. They did it. Shadowy governments creating massive attacks towards their own people? Check. Haha. They did it. Yeah. Into the game, they actually attacked the Statue of Liberty, and then that caused an entire government agency to basically overstep its boundaries on how to control its actual population. Then having an entire shadow government control everything politically all behind the scenes, while also at the same time releasing a very incredibly deadly virus on the actual planet, which caused massive economic downturn. Oh, if you haven't played Deus Ex, I highly suggest you do so. The only problem is this remaster is done by Aspyr. I know I call them Aspyr and they're actually named Aspyr. There's a reason why I call them that, because they're the ones that also ruined Battlefront. So this really doesn't bode well at all for this game. It's going to be a giant travesty if they don't get their shit together. So good luck on that one. Then we also saw Halloween the game, which I guess whatever. Last Epoch Orobis. Honestly, this game is fantastic. I've put hundreds of hours in this game already. It's my second favorite ARPG next to Path of Exile, and I highly recommend it. If you thought Diablo 4 was too simple, this is the actual perfect next step before getting into PoE. And the fact that it's coming to consoles, even better. It's $35, super cheap, and honestly a fantastic game with lots of great content, a great soundtrack, and even really great mechanics too. So check it out when it comes out there. Trust me, you're not gonna be disappointed. Then there's a 7 Deadly Sins Origins. Yeah, okay, whatever. Just gonna skip on past that one. Then we had Neo 3, which is confirmed for PS5 and PC February 2026. That was already leaked earlier that day. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. Okay, I never was a Dynasty Warriors fan either. Code Vein 2, cool, I guess. And then Let It Die Inferno. And Let It Die, honestly, was a PS4 game, wasn't it? And it was like this really weird kind of a thing, but I think Suda51 worked on that one. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, I'm correct. Suda51 did work on it. Basically, anything by Suda is going to be honestly crazy and just full of wackiness. So I would definitely check this out. But I heard it was like a rogue style kind of a thing. But who really knows with Suda, honestly? But with him, it's kind of like Kojima with me. I'm just going to go for it. We're going to have a good time either way. Chronoscript actually looked pretty cool. I kind of dug it. Crimson Desert. Okay, get that swipey shit the hell on out of here. I don't want to do any more credit card swiping on a video game. Peace out. See you later. Deuce up. A-Town down. Then PlayStation talked about their Pulse Elevate wireless speakers. Ah, yes, a state of play talking about fucking speakers of all things. Boy, don't you want to spend your extra money on a bunch of garbage peripherals for your desk either way? I don't know why they would have put this in the actual state of play. Basically, they had nothing going on in the first place. And really, in my opinion, they shouldn't have been there. And then after talking about speakers the entire time, we got to the PS Plus games for October. And when you see these games, boy, don't you worry. Because they're going to go ahead and milk that Last of Us cow as dry as possible, because The Last of Us 2 Remastered is getting placed into the actual catalog of video games for PS Plus. Just... Can these people let this fucking game go for once? Can this company just stop with this game at all at any particular time? Do something else. You guys have all these IPs that you're literally sitting on doing nothing with, and all you can do is just milk The Last of Us over and over again. But hey, why not? Am I right? Every casual's gonna buy it, and the only games they ever played were Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, and The Last of Us. Fucking atrocious if you ask me. Then we have the classics catalog where we had Tekken 3 and Soul Calibur 3. Tekken 3, big fan. Tekken 2, even bigger fan of 2. Tekken Tag, that's my jam. But then we also talked about a Gran Turismo 7 Spec 3 update. And boy, oh boy, wouldn't you see it? A God of War 20th anniversary controller. A controller. And I saw this on Twitter, which is kind of funny. I forgot if I could find the tweet. It was somebody saying they took a regular DualSense and they just had a nosebleed on it and sold it back to you. That's really what this is. Explain to me why we're not having the 20th anniversary and just getting the Greek Saga. Wouldn't that be just great? I've got it on PS3. It's stuck on the PS3, not going anywhere right now. Why don't you just put it to the PlayStation 5? That would have been a really nice shadow drop. Then put that bitch on PC, because we all know the Greek Saga is better than 2018 or whatever the hell we got right now for God of War in the first place. And finally, we've got Wolverine. And man, oh man, Manischewitz, Wolverine is definitely going to be something to look forward to. Now, here's my problem with this entire show and why I'm bringing up Wolverine right now. That showcase and what Wolverine showed should have been the entire show. It should have been a showcase simply for Wolverine, or even at that case, simply just have a couple of games with that kind of in-depth mechanics or showcasing what those games will do. Wolverine is gory, bloody, grotesque, and looks great. I honestly can't wait to play it on my PC 6 to 12 months after its release. Oh, it's going to be great. However, though, there are some concerns that I do have for that title. Number one, the entire rumor going around that it's been Sweet Baby Inkified, I don't know. And honestly, I really am kind of tepid on the entire thing ever since Spider-Man 2 and what we saw with that game and the quality of the Spider Cube going around over and over again. So hopefully they don't rush it on this end, and hopefully they actually provide some really gory, deep, dark storytelling that you're normally noticing for Wolverine in the first place. But in terms of visuals and in terms of actual gore, it looks great. And honestly, this is what games should go back to, trying to shock you, trying to impress you, trying to go through and say, hey, look, motherfucker, look me in the eye. This is a video game. And that's how things should be. Right now, we're getting things that are way too safe. And even in that actual show of what Wolverine, there was an actual developer saying something like, I was kind of worried about showing the claws going through that guy's head in the beginning. I was kind of scared if it would be too much. No, that's just a tip, baby. Gotta go all the way with this thing, okay? I gotta see massive amounts of just limbs flying everywhere. We gotta turn people into pin cushions, okay? It's gotta be like it was back in the 360 PS3 days, where you chainsaw a dude in half and you were like, yeah! Like, that's what I'm talking about. We gotta go back to actually showing what made video games great and fun in the first place. Being over the top, being ridiculous, being insane, not having this really self-serious kind of thing over and over again. Like I said before, I feel like the games like The Last of Us kind of basically ruined video games. Developers taking themselves way too seriously, trying to be an art form in the first place, when in reality they should just be fun. And if Wolverine can nail the fun factor, and if it can provide a good story that's dark and gritty and actually showcases the character well from a comic book character perspective inside of the game, then it's going to be really good. However, though, after what we saw with Spider-Man 2, I am still tepid and concerned, because that game, from what I saw, you know, I still got to play it myself, but at the same time, after playing 2018 Spider-Man, I kind of don't want to do any more open world traversal kind of mechanic games where I got to QTE myself stopping a car and lifting it up. That's just my other concern with Wolverine, though, is that it's just going to be Spider-Man 2018 with a Wolverine skin, and that could also be a big factor as well in why I wouldn't probably like it. But we'll see how those things go. And honestly, in my opinion, this entire show, even with Wolverine and Soros in the beginning, was basically like a 6 out of 10. That's pretty much what it was. These things have to be more condensed, or they have to have more information going through. I always say this, and I've said this before, if people would take a look at what Grinding Gear Games does with their showcases every single time they have a new league or an expansion, you clearly see how insane the hype is for those specific patches. These are just for patches, not even for the actual like sequels of their games, where the hype is so insane because of how they explain things, how they pace things out, and how they put things into perspective for the player to make you say like, oh yeah, I can see all these things working together and have this kind of gameplay mechanic. If you're going to have a showcase, state of play, direct, or any kind of thing that happens with video games right now, it's got to be impactful, and it has to be there for a reason. If you're just going to rehash other games over and over again that we've already seen, you're wasting our time. It could have been an email. If you're not going to go into depth about mechanics of the game or explain more about a game coming out within 6 to 12 months, you're wasting our time. Could have been an email. That's the entire process that we have right now. We're in a different space in gaming, not like it was back then during E3 when all you had was the magazine once a month. So the info dump was a good thing to get. Now we're getting info every single day. And if these companies are not trying to catch our attention, they certainly are not going to catch our dollar. But either way, that's what I feel about the entire show. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments section down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the entire thing. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you going to be excited about playing these games on your PC or your Xbox PC? I'm just trolling. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. You just don't know anymore now, do you? The Banana Man cometh. The Banana Man cometh. I want to hear what you guys have to say, though, in the comments section down below. If you want to see more of this kind of content, though, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, fanboy content, my hot takes in the gaming industry, and live streams every Saturday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, subscribe to the channel. We are about to break 94,000 subs, and I just want to say thank you guys so very much. If you want Discord access or most during live streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't sweat it. Come on down Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, live on this channel where I wear a banana suit and get insulted with AITTS in front of 800 people. It's a hell of a show. You don't want to miss it. With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you gooners next time. Peace!